Hey Booktube, it's Kelly. Thank you so much for watching my channel, Books I'm Not Reading. I'm so glad you're here. I just wanted to share with you what I think is going to be my last book haul of the year. I'm sure I will get books for Christmas, so that's not a danger in this household. I will be buying books for someone for Christmas, so definitely not the end of book shopping, but the end of maybe buying books for myself this year. And I've got Alice, my library cart behind me, who's just packed full, and most of these books, well, a lot of these books I put on at the beginning of 2023, and they're still on here. I haven't read them. I had such ambitious dreams for this year and I got a little carried away. So I'm thinking in the next week or so I might start to shift things off of here. If I can find room, of course, because as you can see behind me, the bookshelves are quite full. The plan right now is that we are going to buy another bookcase. So we'll see. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be able to do that. And that might alleviate some of the strain of, oh my God, I'm just looking the bookcase across from me. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, it's 5 shelves full. There's stuff on the shelf itself, and then on top of it is all the Folio Society books. Oh my God, I call them the ornamental books. No offense to those of you who love Folio Society books, there's more over there. But anyway, so yeah, I just kind of started just not making any plans really. I do have 2 buddy reads planned for 2024, but like how do I want to approach my channel and my reading in the next year, and what do I want to do? And in the past couple of years I did a high priority TBR, and then whatever I didn't finish on that high priority TBR I would roll over to the next year. And I'd already decided this year I wasn't going to do that to myself. I was not going to roll things over into 2024. But like partway through 2023, I just I'm not going to say I scrapped it, but I took a ton of stuff off of that high priority TBR, and I just started putting the books that I knew I was going to be reading, or yeah, as I read a book, I'd put it on 23 books for 2023 on my Goodreads, which is linked down below if you want to look at what has been on my high priority list. This year, again, it's radically changed from what it was at the beginning of the year, which is also reflected on this cart, and I just need to shift things around. But I've also been watching, I watched some Booktube this morning, and apparently some people are thinking about focusing in 2024 just on the books that they own, which is something I did in 2020. And I swear to God, didn't know what was going to happen in 2020. Planned it in December. We were buying books on New Year's Eve because we knew we were going to be able to buy anything in the year ahead. And I do have a playlist of videos related to that. So I think it's interesting that some people are talking about doing that again, or doing that next year. And I was like, maybe I should. One of the things I did this year, fairly recently, is I watched all my haul videos since I've been on Booktube, which was interesting. And I wrote them all down in this cute little journal that I colored. And so I'd like to focus, I think I want to focus on these books in in the next year. And I do have some additions to make that I'm going to show you in just a second. You know, there were just things that happened this year I wasn't expecting, and things that I mean, you know, I decided to read Les Miserables. I have absolutely no regrets about that. That did take a ton of reading time. I read Soul of the Age, which was a biography about Shakespeare by Jonathan Bate. That took, man, that was, it took me a long time to get through that book. It was excellent, but it was challenging. And so, you know, I've got books on here that I've gotten from other booktubers. I've got things from little free libraries, things I stole from my parents' house, things I bought, you know, all kinds of stuff. Things we already owned are on here. And so, yeah, I don't know. I've just been kind of thinking like, you know, maybe next year it'd be time to try that again to see if it worked. It's certainly, I think, helped me get through 2020 because I was so focused and I kind of distracted myself with reading those books. And in that case, I mean, I didn't have a TBR or anything like that, but I was just really looking at books I had owned the longest. A lot of the times, or books that I, you know, the books I'd purchased on New Year's Eve kind of thing. So that was the main focus in 2020. But now I'm like, oh, you know, I've acquired all these books in the last 5 years, and some of them like I haven't touched since then. So I think that might be interesting. Obviously there's more books in this little tiny journal and on this cart than I'm going to be able to get to in a year. This year I think I've read 27 books so far, which is low for me, but I mean, one of them was Les Miserables, so I don't care. Goodreads is very concerned for me. I'm 12 books behind. So I don't think I'm going to reach, I feel pretty confident I'm not going to reach 50 books this year, which is, again, not a big deal. Not something that I set the goal just for the heck of it, just because I laugh at like Goodreads telling me how far behind I am. But I used money from my Ko-fi account to buy these books on eBay. I fully admit that I really wanted books that were in new condition. So what I spent from my Ko-fi account, you know, I mean, it's almost the full retail price, not quite. I didn't pay for shipping or anything like that, but this year I was a host of, I was one of the hosts of Shaktember, and I needed something to read like in between Shaktember and Victober. I just needed like a mental break. And so I read Slow Horses by Meg Heron, which is the first book in the Slough House series. And I had said to all of you, like, oh, I really kind of want to get the next two books. And like, wouldn't it'd be so great to read the third one before the Apple TV series comes out. I got Deadlines, which is the second book in this series. If you're not familiar with the series, there is an Apple TV adaptation of it, and which I just loved. Totally hooked me. But I don't mind reading the books after. The third one is going to come out in December, so it'd be great if I could read that beforehand to have kind of a different experience. But anyway, so Deadlines, and again, if you're not familiar with the Slough House series, it's about the spies from MI5 who make a mistake, screw up, get in the way of an ambitious, colleague, and what happens to them? Where do they go? And they go to Slough House and are given, very menial tasks and that kind of thing. Third one, and this one's so beautiful too. Look at this cover, Real Tigers. I wish it didn't have the Apple TV It's not even a sticker. I literally can't take it off. But it's still like, oh my gosh, it's in such perfect condition. It's so beautiful. And yeah, I'm really excited about both of these books. So thank you guys for helping me to get these. I think I made a comment about how I really wanted to get them on my channel, and a few of you really persuaded me that was the right thing to do. I remember one comment, I was just like, this person is right. If I'm gonna have, if I'm gonna be facing some challenges in the year ahead, like maybe it would be good to have these. So anyway, I will add them to my haul journal. The other book I was kind of inspired to do this from my friend Loretta. I don't know if Loretta is watching, but hey Loretta. And she sent me pictures. She was gonna do like this whole like pre-Shakespeare thing of reading books, of reading Shakespeare in August. And oh man, it was so hard not to just go out and buy the books that she was talking about. But then as Shakespeare progressed, and I was watching some UK booktubers, and that's primarily who I blame it on, I saw their beautiful editions of the plays from the Royal Shakespeare Company, and heard about all the extra features in them. Now, I do have the complete works of Shakespeare, but, and it's actually the Royal Shakespeare Company edition, but I had to get Henry VI Part 1, 2, and 3. Look how beautiful this is. Oh my gosh, it is just gorgeous. And edited by Eric Rasmussen, excuse me, and Jonathan Bate. I picked Richard III for my Shakespeare pick, and yeah, and now I'm like, oh, I want to read the books before that. I want to read the plays that precede Richard III. I read it kind of on its own. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to this, and I hope to do this, maybe something like read one play a month for 3 months sometime next year. I also think I was just inspired by discussion about the history plays, and how many people either don't feel intimidated by any of Shakespeare, or if they do feel intimidated, it's the history plays that make them nervous. And which I find sad, because I really enjoy the history plays, and it was someone on Booktube who convinced me that I should give it a try. And so I ended up reading Richard II, Henry IV Part 1 and 2, and Henry V. Oh my God, love Henry V. But anyway, I wasn't really that interested in the Henry VI plays until I read Richard III. So this was kind of a gift from all of you to me for hosting Shakespeare this year. This is my first time hosting an event. I spent a lot of time, watching videos and trying to comment and trying to be a good host, as best as I knew how. But I'm curious as to what you guys are thinking about doing in 2024. Do you have any reading projects or plans? Do you have any suggestions for me? Any ideas for me? Yeah, so I just love hearing from you, and I love, maybe you're a mood reader, and that's fine. That's totally, I get that. I think we all have moments of needing to just randomly pick something up. But anyway, all right, Booktube, I'm gonna let you go, but please leave a comment down below about, again, what you're thinking of reading maybe in 2024, events you want to participate in, or if you're doing something different, if you're mixing it up, shaking things up. So let me know. down below in the comment section. If you don't feel comfortable leaving a comment, that's totally fine. You can leave an emoji. You can give this video a thumbs up. There's also a lot of people who've been watching my channel recently who are not subscribers. So I just want to say, hey, if you want to subscribe, like, I'd love to have you stick around. So the invitation is there. All right, Booktube, thank you so much for watching. Remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and I'll be back soon with another bookish video. Bye.